Alright guys, so today's a different day. The last time I did a video, um, I said I'd show you after I got transmission in. And if there's one thing I learned about mechanics is it always takes a little longer and it's a little more complicated than what you thought it was going to be, because something always comes up and you got to do something else to fix it. So anyway, but I got the transmission in. My dad and I already had my engine set in. We put the transmission in and I did a few other things. I forgot to bring my camera, so I'll show you that real quick, just give you kind of an update on this as I go. Let's see. Starter, I'm fixing to put the starter on, but I got the drive shaft put in. Here, I'll just show you that. Oh, speaking of which, if you need a creeper, 25 bucks, Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight. It's a pretty dang good creeper for $25. But anyway, so, alright. Transmission and transfer case. Can't see under here. Hold on, let me get my light. So anyway, that's a little better. Anyway, so the transmission bolted to the engine, whatever. Transfer case, got it put on. Put this cross member in. I had to do a little modification. Just slide it out. Some of these, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, slide it out, bracket a little bit, because the hole was a little too far apart. So anyway, like I said, I don't think this was the original transmission, but I think it had a turbo 350 to start with. I had to look at what the VIN and the specs say, but anyway, yeah, drive shaft. I'm gonna have to get this thing balanced, I'm pretty sure, because one end the welds were fine. I got to looking at it when I painted it, wire welded it, painted it. One end looked fine. I just run a bead all the way around it with some TIG in it. I'm sure it's balanced because I can weld pretty balanced all the way around on that. But on one end, I think it was this end on the upper side, the weld looked crappy. It looked like there's some stick weld. It was porosity anywhere, lack of fusion, had some holes down in it. So I ground down the holes, filled it in a little bit and run a couple beads, capped it off on the top with some TIG, which you can't really see it now because you can see it, but it's welded all the way around. Can't see it too good because it's painted, but anyway, so I got that looking good because it just looked real suspect to start with. So anyway, I'm probably gonna have to have it. I'll put it up on jack stands when I get it going, so I can see if it's gonna wobble too bad, but I'll probably take it and get it balanced. But anyway, oh, here's an upgrade for you guys. Nice polished aluminum transmission pan. I had bought this because it has a drain plug. That way when I change my fluid, I just drain it out, put a new in. That'll help get it out instead of just sloshing around a bunch of fluid everywhere where I unbolt it. So anyway, bought that pan, got from Summit, I'm pretty sure. It came with the bolts and then the plug. But the gasket, I ordered a different gasket. It looks kind of like a head gasket. It's got a steel backing in, it's a steel center core, and then some kind of material on the outside. And so I heard they do really good, so I got those and bolted in. I think like 10 foot-pounds, or was what I put on it. I don't know if it's somewhere between 8 and 12. I just did 10. I may end up going and getting a different drain plug, like the one. If I can find one with a magnet on the end, kind of like what I got in the oil pan. That way, if there's any kind of shavings after the break in or just something light, you know, like that, it'll catch it instead of sending it back through the transmission. So anyway, there's that update so far. And yeah, I got a new starter here, fishing to put on and get wired up. My other starter was tore up because I dropped it and I was going to redo it, and I was like, screw it, for the parts it's a little bit more money, I'll just get a new one. So I got another one. So yeah, today I'm gonna try to get the starter in. I adjusted some linkage yesterday. It's good. I'm gonna try to paint it. I got it sitting over here. Let's see. Yeah, I adjusted this, so I'm gonna touch it up, paint it. That's for the 4x4. And then this right here, I painted the other day. It goes in the other linkage for the transmission. But I'm going to pull it out. So I got a different steering column sitting over there. tilt steering column because the one that's in there did not come in it. So anyway, I don't know if you can see it, but the bar, you know, for the shift linkage in the column, pull it out, get it painted. And I'm just going to leave it out until I swap a steering column, because I'm going to pull this steering column out and put that other one in. You know, I put all that in together and attach it down way down there, if you can see it on the transmission. So yeah, anyway, and eventually this here is leaking, but get it running. This here master cylinder and booster's coming off. I put a new one on too, aluminum with the, they got one that's aluminum with the just a plastic reservoir, and then another booster. So anyway, so that's the update for right now. Try to get, like I said, the starter done, get that off, get it painted up. I may try to go ahead and put my headers in there. Oh, I just got a piece of tape over it, but my my temperature sensor, I gotta go to the hardware store. The one I had, they gave me the wrong one. Go to the hardware store and get the right one for that, get it put in. I wanted to put it in the head. Some of them they're putting in up here, like on your manifold, but I did that because they're aluminum heads, and I figured, hey, that would tell me more accurately what the temperature of my heads are, because aluminum, you know, is worse about warping if you get them too hot. And that's also where the one was at in that other engine too, so I figured the wiring was already routed that way, we'll just leave it that way. So yeah, get that put in, a starter, probably try to put my headers on, torque them down. Then after that, I guess the next time, you know, I get on it, it'll be just working on getting the brackets, like figuring out which way the brackets go on the front here, which these heads, they have holes on both back. You could put them on whichever side, it doesn't matter which side they go on, but they got pre-drilled, you know, holes on each end. But see about how my brackets go on there, so I can put them on and put my stuff like my alternator, my power steering pump, you know, all that stuff on here. Today I probably also get my hoses put on. This one was real long, so I cut it off a little bit, but get my hoses put on. My fuel pump, that end doesn't have a hose clamp, the part next to the hard line on the frame, so get that pulled off, get a clamp put on, put it back on. I don't really like the little clips like what's on there now. I don't like those. They're a pain in the butt, but I mean, they're okay if you can get to them. You can see those little kind of squeeze with the pliers. But anyway, I like the regular, you know, ones you use a screwdriver or a nut driver on. So I'm probably gonna put those on there. I mean, yeah, I'll be on the way to the end. Then I gotta put my old dipstick tube in there. Check this out. Got my dipstick tube for my transmission. I thought that red paint on the cap set it off pretty good. Thought that looked pretty good. I did the same thing to the engine oil dipstick, but pull all this tape and stuff off too when I run my lines. I just had that on there to keep dust and stuff from getting down in my engine. And then put the other dipstick too, fill it up. I mean, I got some parts all on the back of the truck to go in it. You know, that's a good sight when you get down to empty boxes just laying around, like that box down there, just empty. All them parts are on. But anyway, that's my fenders. But up under all that, that's my brackets. That's an empty box, which I need to throw it out. That's my breather, I'm pretty sure. Air filter. There's some other stuff in some of these. That's my headers in that box. Anyway, I got some other stuff. I need to get all this off and get down all the empty boxes, throw them off. That way I can get to see what I got left to put on. Some of this is just old stuff or bolts and let's see, gaskets. Yeah, that's exhaust pieces I'll use later. Those are exhaust. An old plug wire box. Let's see what I got over here. Oh yeah, this here I'm gonna use some on my, it's a copper spray gasket sealant. I'll put that on my exhaust, my header manifolds. Header gaskets help seal it off a little better. Yeah, that was my sensor. That's the wrong sensor. I gotta extend it back. What else I got in here? Yeah, dude, that's about it. I got a stainless hose that goes from my thermostat housing to the radiator. when I get the radiator put in, that's just old, old stuff. I can't remember what was all in here. Oh, that's my header gaskets and paperwork and stuff on it. So yeah, and then that's my radiator.